Section 25 of 1001 Questions and Answers on English Grammar. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Larry Wilson. 1001 Questions and Answers on English Grammar by Benjamin Hathaway. Prepositions. 1. What is the rule for prepositions? Prepositions show the relation between their objects and other words, as she went to town. 2. How many terms of the relation are there? 2. An antecedent and a subsequent. 3. Distinguish between them. The former is the word which the phrase modifies. The latter is the object of the preposition. 4. Give an exception. For man to tell how human life began is hard. 4 introduces the subject and has no antecedent term. 5. Give a second exception. The preposition to before an infinitive is simply the sign of the infinitive, as she tries to learn. Also, prepositions in prepositional phrases do not show relations between words, as in vain did he attempt it. We shall see you by and by. 6. How are such prepositions disposed of? The phrase including the preposition is parsed as an adverb. 7. When prepositions are used with participles, how are they disposed of? In such sentences as the following, the participle used as a noun is the object of the preposition. On opening the book, I saw her name. They accused him of telling a falsehood, etc. 8. What is the subsequent term of relation called? The object of the preposition. 9. How can we tell what preposition should be used? By this sense, the relation of the antecedent and subsequent can be determined, and this relation determines the preposition. 10. Where are prepositions generally placed in a sentence? Before their objects. 11. Are prepositions ever omitted? Yes, they are frequently understood, as lend (to) me your knife. He lives opposite (to) the hotel. 12. Give illustration of the omission of the preposition. The tree has grown 2 feet. He was banished his native land. 13. Give an illustration of 2 prepositions used together to express a compound relation. Iambic verse consists of from 2 to 6 feet. 14. What part of speech is the word worth? In the following and similar sentences, worth, according to Brown, is a preposition, as to rain is worth ambition. The book is worth $1. 15. Should a sentence ever end in a preposition? The best usage does not allow it, though the following quotations show that authority sanctions it. Science the ladies do not pretend to. Berg. Until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of. Bible. He brought an axe to chop wood with. Holbrook's Grammar. Whom did he send for? Ibid. 16. How should the words between and among be used? Between is used in reference to 2 objects only. Among in reference to a greater number, as I will divide my candy between Flora and Emma, my marbles among Lee, Wilford, and Bud. 17. How should the prepositions in and into be used? In is often improperly used for into, as he went in the house, for he went into the house. One cannot be in the house until he first goes into it. In denotes that there is no meaning of motion or change. Into denotes the relation produced by motion or change. 18. Which is right to say, I differ with you, or I differ from you? This depends entirely on the meaning you wish to convey. If you mean in opinion, differ with. If in likeness, differ from is correct. As I differ with you on that subject. The little boy differs from his sister in his features or disposition. Men differ with one another in politics, and they differ from one another in tempers. 19. Give a few words in common use with prepositions that should be used with them. Abound with in. Accompanied with an inanimate object by an animate object. Accuse of. Acquaint with. Adapted to. Agree with a person. To a proposition. Upon a thing. Arrive at in. Attended with an inanimate object by an animate object. Capacity for. Compare with in quality, to in illustration. Connect with. Conversant with people, copy from things, after people. Correspond with a person, to a thing. Die of a disease, by any violent cause. Depend on upon. Entrance into. Expert at in. Familiar with a thing. To us. Followed by after. Participate with a person. In a thing. Profit by. Reconcile with, to be consistent. To one another. Rely on upon. Unite to with. Suitable to for before a participle. 20. Give 10 sentences showing the wrong use of prepositions. 1. He went to the city accompanied by, with, his sister. 2. He sent me an order accompanied by, with, the money. 3. We agree with, to, your proposition. 4. We agree on, upon, that point. 5. He died from, of, cholera. 6. He died with, of, pneumonia. 7. He died of, by, strangulation. 8. We ought to profit from, by, the errors of others. 9. There should be no quarreling between, among, us four. 10. Pass in, into the room. 21. A preposition without a subsequent term becomes what? It then becomes an adverb, as God dwells above. He looks around. 22. What is the program for parsing prepositions? 1. Name the part of speech. 2. Give its relation. 3. Name or recite the rule. 23. Parse a simple preposition. He wrote a letter to me. To is a preposition and shows the relation between me and wrote. Rule. 24. Parse another simple preposition. He is a friend with whom I am highly pleased. With is a preposition and shows the relation between whom and am pleased. Rule. 25. Parse a compound preposition. He carefully blew the smoke from between his lips. From between is a preposition, compound, shows the relation between blew and lips. Rule. 20. Parse a complex preposition. The son took his own course, in spite of his father's dictations. In spite of is a preposition, complex, and shows the relation between dictations and took. Rule. End of section 25.